Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, made a statement recently that I'm just wondering why he had to say this. Now he is advocating the rights to the disabled, in essence, and I'm not sure his education, etc. But early in my college years, I did a course in ethics, and they laid out some positions that should guide us through life. Some of them are an actual person is of more value than a potential person. So the mom's life is over the fetus life. Um, Normal people have an advantage over abnormal people. So people have mental problems and so forth. You just can't put them in the same category as people who are normal. Um, Things of God are more important than things of man. So you don't put your pot or your spoon on top of the Bible. In fact, you don't put the Bible over many things. You just put it, perhaps, you respect it. You put it by itself, or on a piece of white something. Let me show that you're respecting God's things of God more than things of men. And there are some other positions, but basically, he's advocating that probably we should give the handicapped equal rights to the normal people. And I guess there's some truth to that, because you just can't, because they're abnormal, you're going to kill them in the street. You respect life, etc. However, as we have seen, that in education, when people have to use medication and other things other props to get through university, and some even get so precocious and want to go on to be doctors and professors, um, you have to give them so much of assistance that it undermines the whole process. And because you're hoping that when a person has a doctorate or whatever, this is showing that this person independently has worked to this level. But with all this assistance and medication and so forth, the person of her himself doesn't feel competent enough, and then they start to envy the people who are normal. Um, People will get through things faster. They have to take so long, and then envy and so on. And then if they're fired, they want to get a gun and come shoot up the place. I recall in the 90s, while riding in Canada, I was listening to a radio station out of Buffalo, New York, and a certain Christian psychologist, I can't remember his name right now, he was saying that the United States government sort of discriminates against the disabled. They don't have them in the army and so on. And I'm just wondering, like, where are you going to put them in the army? Maybe in support, but the army is a place where you have to be able-bodied, because your life is at stake, and your comrades and your nations, whatever success is at stake. So you just want to put the best out there. And so I'm not sure what he's really talking about here. Snowden perhaps shouldn't have been a contractor. Even the other guy that shot at the Navy Yard, they shouldn't be contractors, because they don't seem to have what it takes. And when these abnormal people get into the world of work and see how others getting on and so forth, so much jealousy, so much envy gets in there. And people are born with less salts, and then others are going and destroy the production of these salts. Now we have the crocodile drug, which when people use it, the flesh started rotting off, and I am standing in a room that smells like rotten flesh. They're using crack, etc., marijuana, etc., and they're undermining their own abilities. So now you're having people acquiring these disabilities. So you put them in significant positions, a Minuteman, look out for the nation. You just handicapping your situation, and this is probably what led to the demise in the past of many civilizations. They came to a place where all kinds of things start happening, and people, in Rome, what I understand was that the folks were so out of it. They smoke and drink and they inhale and they did everything and harm themselves, to come to the place where they were willing to put foreigners in charge of the army and in the army, and these foreigners were the enemies. And so when the time was right, they just struck and destroyed Rome. I think even in Greece, perhaps, the foreigners, the workers, flexed the muscles. And I think in America here they're talking about Latinos showing a day Without them, how life will be disrupted. So, um, I wonder why Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the UN, is going to come to this position right now. I think we should treat everybody humanely, but these people of themselves should recognize that they have limitations and that they won't be able to become the president and the army general and so on, and just be content with maybe service jobs, um, picking the corn and so forth, jobs that they could sort of handle well. I recall in college, almost 40 years ago, there was a concept called the Peter Principle. And this principle basically is that individuals are promoted beyond their competence. And then, when you promote them beyond the competence, you're going to have some problems because they just can't handle it. And not only promoting them, but they may attempt in university in a variety of ways. And so they should understand that their American dream would be to stay out of trouble, maintain the health and try to improve it, and be content with whatever level they could reach. They shouldn't want to become no CEO of no big Fortune 500 company or anything like that. And so we live in a time now when so many people are undermining their constitution with drugs and a variety of other things, voodoo and all that. And many of them are so opulent that they're trying to get into big positions, and that will spell the end of time because they're going to come up with ideas and philosophies that are just hogwash. They watch some chick comedian stuff, and the whole training was just about fictitious stuff and so forth, and make them feel comfortable, and then they go there and just destroy civilization. So I'm not sure what he's talking about, but we can't take what he's saying and just go on and give these people rights that they could go and be or mayors and or financial experts and all these kind of military generals and whatever. You're just looking for a disaster.